Hey there, welcome back to another edition of Locked On Astros. In this episode, you're going to hear from Michael Brantely, Chas McCormick, and Alex Bregman. What do they have to say and what's going on going into the 2023 season? Let's go.
Alvarez hits a high drive center field. Veer leans back. This game is turned upside down. There's the runner. Fly ball down the right field line. Tucker comes on. Kyle Tucker. This time they finish the job.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett Htown Wheelhouse Chancey.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Locked On Astros. I'm Htown Wheelhouse with a special spring training edition of the show. That's right. We have you covered. Unlike any other Astros podcast out there, we are your team every single day. You can find me at Htown Wheelhouse on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can find me at Stros411 on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Always positive, always Stros. You can find our co-host, Eric Talk Stros. You can find him on Instagram and on Twitter as well. Find the show, wherever you get your podcasts. You can download us. You can listen to us. Thank you for making us your first listen every single day. So this edition, I just wanted to bring you some clips from what Michael Brantely said, what Chas McCormick is saying, and what Alex Bregmen is saying in the locker room. And you may have already caught the episode that Eric and I did on Tuesday evening, which would be February 20th. You may be watching this that evening when it premieres, or you may be watching it on the 21st. But regardless, what they say, I think, has importance, whether you listen to it on Tuesday or the next Friday, because the Astros are preparing for another championship run. So before we get to hear from the veterans and the ones we want to really hear from, let's hear what Chas McCormick's thoughts are on his outlook for the season, competition in center field, and I will give my thoughts on those things, and then we'll move on to Uncle Mike.
What's your reaction when you hear Dusty say that this is a center field competition, that you have it from the starting job?
Yeah, he's right. He's right. I got to earn my spot. I haven't proved myself as a starter yet. I've been platooning my first 2 years, and he's right. There's a lot of competition, and there's a lot of good outfielders in this organization. So, he's going to do what he wants to do, and I need to be consistent. I think over the time I've been a little inconsistent, and that's a goal of mine this year, is to be more consistent. And there's a lot of good outfielders in this organization, and I need to be ready to play.
What'd you focus on this winter?
Basically, having good direction in my swing, and being having better plate discipline. Swinging at the right pitches, and just kind of being a more consistent hitter. Obviously my defense is gonna be my defense. I take a lot of pride in my defense, and I'll be ready to go on the defensive end. But I really wanted to, become a better hitter, because we have a great lineup, and I want to be able to contribute just like the other guys.
Did you go back and watch that catch a couple times, Lance, or just I know it's a team thing.
Yeah. No, yeah. I watched it a couple times. I'm not gonna lie to you. But no, it was a good feeling, It was a really good feeling, and I'm happy we were able to win. I'm happy I was able to contribute. But again, it was 3 months ago. It's in the past. It's the start of a new season, and I gotta fight for my spot. I gotta earn it.
What's your take on difference? What's the mentality like?
No, it's awesome. There's nothing like coming back to spring training after winning a World Series. Seeing the guys, seeing the coaches. Mentality's the same though. I gotta come in here and fight for a spot. There's a lot of competition in this league, in this organization, and mentality's the same. It feels good to have a little more, time under my belt. But again, it's a new season, and I gotta earn my role.
Is it more of a sense of belonging now after what you've done in the past?
Yeah. It feels good. It feels good to just seeing the guys and being able to contribute. My rookie year, my second year, it feels good to come in this clubhouse and have the coaches say hello to me, and some of my teammates say hello to me. It feels like you belong in the big leagues. Obviously haven't been in the big leagues that long, so I'm not trying to get too ahead of myself. But again, it's a new season. It's everything is kind of back to zero. So I gotta kind of climb up that hill and work my butt off.
So there you have it, Chas McCormick in his own words, talking about the center field competition. He knows his place. This is a guy that is a hard worker. This is a guy that really was not given a chance to be the starting center fielder until kind of the competition unraveled itself with the Jake Myers not really being able to come back at full strength after the shoulder surgery, the competition back and forth with Siri as we had the platoon last year, the kind of the three-headed monster at center field. As we all know, Siri goes to the Rays in the 3-team trade, and so he's no longer here. Then Mauricio Dubon, who was dubbed as Justin Verlander's personal center fielder, which I still question the title, but nonetheless, Chas McCormick had basically said he needs to be more consistent. His defense isn't the worry. His biggest concern is the offense, and we know that he did have some key offensive hits in the playoffs. And so that's Chas McCormick in his own words. It's great to see him in camp, feel a part of the team. Now, let's hear from Uncle Mike, Michael Brantely. He's back.
It's a lot of hard work. I'm learning a lot very quickly, but it's all been going smoothly so far.
What is that like?
Are you on schedule, ahead of schedule? Kind of where are you in the calendar of your rehab?
Everything's right on schedule. Everything's going well. Like I said, I've been here for over a week now, so just putting in the reps, obviously getting back into baseball shape, but at the same time, right where I need to be.
What's that like working with Omar in a different spot like that? Just working on footwork, throws, that kind of stuff.
Oh, it's definitely different. Obviously, I'm just trying to learn and do the best of my ability to get the footwork down, make accurate throws, find a new arm slot. So it's an adjustment period, but it's kind of fun. I always enjoy taking ground balls in my entire career, so now I get to do it a little more often. So it's good.
Michael, what was it like last year? I know you're happy for the team and what they were able to accomplish, but not be able to be a part of it while you're out injured. What was that like for you?
Well, thankfully, I got a great group of teammates that made me feel involved each and every day. So that's, first and foremost, I give a lot of thanks to them and appreciation to them. But at the same time, I'm just glad for what we accomplished as a group, as a team. We had a goal, we set out, we did it. We had the same goal in mind this year as well, obviously, with another great group of guys that have continued to work hard and go out there and give their best effort every day, and I'm just glad to be a part of it again. I'm fortunate to be here.
You saw you in the tunnels yesterday. What are the next couple steps for you in the rehab process?
We got a lot of BPs and then games, obviously, kind of just like everybody else in the locker room. But I've been hitting in the tunnels. Everything's going well. Kind of like where my swing's at right now. I think I'm a little too ahead of schedule with my swing-wise, but I feel good and I'm happy where it is. But now we're just making adjustments to timing and contact points. So it's all been good, all trending in the right direction.
How did the game start on Saturday? You'll be able to play, you think?
On Saturday?
Yeah, right off the bat, or
No, I'll be eased into it.
You'll be eased into it.
Are you able to take full BP, are you unencumbered taking BP, I guess? Would you be able to face live pitching and live BPs right now?
Well, that's going to be up to how the next few days go. But everything is kind of written out, and that's between us. But everything's written out, and I'm right where I need to be. I'm right where they asked me to be. I'm happy.
What about defense? Are you able to throw with no restrictions, things like that?
Absolutely, yes.
You said you were ahead of schedule on hitting on your swing.
How my swing feels this early, yes.
For the layman, what does that mean?
Well, just every year, you got to find out where you're at, right? Find out where my swing mechanics are, how the balls come off the bat, what I'm doing. So it's all, just a feel thing for me. I would just really like my direction to the baseball right now, and just the timing aspects always last when it comes to hitting, right? So, but the solid of my foundation, the way how I work in the cages, I'm really happy with how all that feels right now.
I know you've been here for a week. Guys are starting to trickle in. What is it like catching up with the fellows maybe that you haven't seen in a while?
It's always great. To see how hard guys work and to come in great shape. Everybody comes in with a smile on their face, lots of hugs. So it's a family atmosphere. It always has been here, and it's always good to see your guys.
It's been a special run for the Astros, and you guys are built for another one this year. What's it mean to be a part of a club that's considered, the favorite again? Maybe get there.
Very thankful. That's for one. You look around this locker room, there's a lot of special talent. but not always a lot of special talent on the field, but also good people that make you want to work harder each and every day. And I think that's what's most important. That's what pushes each other in this locker room is the competitiveness within each other, but at the same time, how we have each other's back and how it's a family around here. So it's special.
Banning the shift, how do you think that's going to impact you?
It doesn't matter to me one way or another. I didn't mind the shift, and I don't mind them banning the shift. It's still just about putting the barrel on the ball, and I'll take the results as they come. But you can't get caught too much thinking about that or let it affect me in any way. It never has and it never will.
You gonna start stealing bases?
Me?
Bigger bases, limited pickoffs. Go ahead, start stealing bases.
Ooh, we'll work on that. How about that? We'll work on that. I don't know when that's gonna happen. I'll get you one at least. All right, deal? Super special. Like I said, when I got over here, 5 years ago now? 4 years ago? 5 years ago now. They embraced me and my family with open arms. The city of Houston, these guys in this locker room. So I'm just thankful for Mr. Crane allowing me for this opportunity to come back here and be with these guys. It's a special group, as we talked about before, and you just don't take it for granted.
Thank you
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Wow. Great words from a great veteran. This is a guy that is really the glue that would hold a team together if they ever needed it. I mean, this team really top to bottom doesn't have a whole lot of needs. And when you have someone like Michael Brantely with his stature, with the respect that he commands in the locker room, and he's saying, look, I'm willing to do what it takes for this team to win. And if that means playing first base, or if that means taking grounders and doing something that I'm not normally used to doing, sign me up. He's been here for, going on half a decade now, and it has been a great run for him. And he basically felt like he was a part of the team, even though he wasn't on the field contributing. Early on, he was hitting well. He was in true Uncle Mike form, and then the injury with the shoulder took him out for the season and the postseason. And some clips, some parts of that interview that I didn't post on here was the fact that he said he's not really bothered by the shift. He has always been an opposite field hitter. He's, become a pull hitter, but he really, the shift, no shift, it doesn't matter. He says he can deal with it either way. Just want to remind y'all that each one of our episodes is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel is the #1 sportsbook in America. And if you go to FanDuel.com/lockedon, you can get the no sweat first bet, and you get $1,000 back in free bets if you lose your first bet. That's right. The NBA season, the All-Star weekend just happened. They're halfway through. They're headed to the playoffs. You can do same game parlays. There's so many ways. You can download the FanDuel app. It's free, it's easy to use, and it's safe and secure at FanDuel.com. You have to check out FanDuel. It's the #1 sports betting partner of the NBA, as well our go-to for sports betting here in America for Locked On. So go to FanDuel.com/lockedon to learn more. So the last interview I want to share with y'all is from Alex Bregmen. Alex Bregman came into camp. He's carrying that dad strength with him. He talks about what he was working on this offseason, talks about how much he loves the city. He's going to talk a little bit about contract, quote unquote, negotiations or extensions that have been talked about by Dana Brown. So without further ado, let's hear what Alex Bregman has to say.
You and LTV should retire. Is that something that you share, that feeling that you want to retire here?
I mean, yeah, he said him and Scott are going to talk, and yeah, I mean, I love Houston. I love the people. I love my teammates. I love this the city. It's meant a lot to me and my family, and I don't have any update on that, but him and Scott are going to talk, and Scott will tell me whenever they do. My focus was just improving on everything, honestly, all phases of the game. Continuing to work on the swing changes that were made last year. Continue to try and repeat those patterns, kind of just working on landing closed and hitting through the baseball, and that was the main focus. And always staying healthy for a full season is a focus as well. So focused on the body and the swing mostly, and feeling good, feeling ready to compete.
How much does that drive you and your teammates, the idea of doing something that hasn't been done in 23 years?
Oh, I think it drives all of us. I think everyone here is showing up ready to compete and ready to try and go accomplish our goals again.
How excited were you to get, I know Yuli was a favorite in the clubhouse, but with the arrival of Abreu, what does he bring to you guys in the infield and in the offensive lineup?
Yeah, both guys are incredible baseball players. Honestly, I think just playing against him for so many years, he's a tough out at the plate, plays really good defense, and he's a former MVP, so it's really fun. I just got to talk to him a little bit today and enjoyed the conversation, and look forward to continuing to get to know him.
How important is that to build a bond for a newcomer? Although everybody knows him from another team, but coming into a championship team like you guys are,
No,
feel comfortable.
I feel like every time you add a new player, whether it's via free agency or trade during the middle of the year, you want to make them feel welcome. You want to make them feel like they're part of the team, and I think we do a good job of that here.
Hey, Alex, how do you think the moves were made within the division? Everybody, obviously, you guys are coming in as a team. Everybody continues to chase. I know it's a good position to be in, but when you look at the moves made within the division, what's your takeaways this winter?
I mean, we got a really good division. I think a lot of teams got very good, and I feel like we've had a tough division for a long time now. And yeah, that's goal number one is to win the division.
How special is it to have the entire coaching staff back?
Oh, it's great. It's great. We love all those guys. So excited to be back playing for everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
There you go, Alex Bregman, in his own words, just talking about what he was working on, his swing in the offseason. He basically, some other things I did not put in there, that he is feeling healthy. He's in the best shape he's ever been in coming into camp. So these are all encouraging signs. Michael Brantely is actually ahead of schedule as far as hitting goes. They're going to ease him into games going into spring training. He's not going to go out and play a full 9 innings, obviously, but they're going to bring him along. He said he's hitting in the tunnel. He's basically hitting pitches in cages right now, and he's going to continue to progress. So he's very pleased with where he's at. Alex Bregman comes in very healthy, and Chas McCormick understands the competition. I think this team is poised to go back-to-back, unlike any other team that has, because it hasn't been done since the Yankees did it, and we talked about that a lot. So make sure you stay tuned in to Locked On Astros. Just wanted to bring you these interviews and let you know what the players are saying about going into this 2023 season. They are anticipating just getting the rings. They're anticipating going back, but it's like Bregman said, the season doesn't start in the postseason. You've got to play a whole lot of season before you get to that point. Things got to go your way. And so I think, though, this team is equipped and they are fortified in a way that if anyone's going to go back-to-back in recent memory, it's going to be the Houston Astros. So make sure that you make us your first listen every day. And after you do, make Locked On MLB Prospects your second listen, where host Lindsey Crosby is the encyclopedia of minor league baseball and taking you to the stars of tomorrow. And he even has a recent episode about Hunter Brown and who the Astros have coming through the pipeline. So make sure you check him out. For myself, for Eric Huysman, the Locked On Astros team, remember, we're your team every day. Go Astros.